I'm like, I can't do anything for like weeks
Right.
or more.
I'll see you in 3 weeks.
Sure.
Yeah, maybe.
Kind of.
No, I mean,
Yeah, that's how it is.
Kind
It
of.
could be like that. Yeah.
no, yeah.
You can't even have a pet. I've been wanting a dog for 8 years, and I
No.
can't have one
Yeah.
because I'm not home.
My sister's an animal lover, and she's like, you can do a dog. I'm like,
I wish.
I love dogs. It's not fair to the dog.
Exactly. It's not.
Like, I love that dog, that theoretical dog, so much that I'm not gonna get it.
Yes.
It's
Those.
gonna be too painful, too expensive, too unreliable. Everything.
Yeah. I love my theoretical dog too.
I know.
I hate the vet bills though.
I hate the pet.
Shut up.
Yeah.
Well, I'm the only one here who actually has a dog. And no, yeah, it's one of the hardest things I've had, like because I love him like a child. And when I was looking to work anywhere when I first started freelancing. I was like, let me get a job anywhere. I'll go to New York, I'll go to LA if I get the job. And when you have a huge 100-pound like German Shepherd, it's really hard. And like I just, like I said, I love him like a child, and it's like incredibly hard to think about like leaving him with my family or rehoming him is like out of the question. So it's been a really hard thing to have when I'm trying to like chase my dreams and all that. And like it's still hard now. Like he's staying over this week with me because I'm gonna be working 10-hour days starting tomorrow on a shoot, and he's gonna be helping with the dogs. And I have my mom, thankfully, that can help out too. But it's like it's really hard to schedule that stuff, especially like when you get booked a day before you have to start. Like
Yeah. Right.
So yeah.
Like a fire drill. Like, what are we gonna do with this dog?
Yeah.
Gabor, where's your dog? You leave your dog in Hungary?
No, I don't have a dog.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Well, so like Gabor just filmed a pilot. Like, and where were you guys staying? Because you were filming it in where in?
Oh yeah,
I want to say Cyprus, but it's not Cyprus.
Yugoslavia. Yeah,
tell us exactly where you were. It was really beautiful.
I won't tell you where we were, but but it was in Yugoslavia in the 80s, and nothing changed there. Still, it's the same. Everything is the same. So it's a magical place.
Like a place out of history.
Yeah.
Unchanged.
Yeah, unchanged, untouched. Yeah.
How long were your shoot days?
Never ending.
Yeah. That's right.
It was like 20 people crew, so very small, tiny. Everyone was doing everything. So we were tired all the time.
Yeah.
We didn't sleep for 12 days. And I didn't sleep for even more before. But
Right.
but it was amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Well, that's the life, though. I mean, you have a lot of adrenaline. You have to sleep when you can, but there's you have to prep. Pre-production is like everything, right? So sometimes you're in a situation where like, okay, like I've done so much pre-production, but there's still more that we have to do, and but I have to sleep. It's like I always have this argument, like, is it better to just power through, get this last pre-production like just really perfect, or just drop the pen, sleep?
Yeah.
Like it's sort of like
step away from it.
It's sort of like studying for a test. Like at some point you're gonna do worse if you don't sleep.
Right.
Like at some point it's like, okay, what you know now is what, like, you're not gonna get better than this.
Right. You won't.
So like that's why pre-production is like you better be doing that stuff like months in advance.
Yeah, because there are just things in production that happen that you just can't prep for.
You need to be rested for.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. Like the crew needs to be able to pull their own weight and like actually be passionate about making the project come through, especially like, when it comes to film, because it's a very physical task that you guys are doing, literally, to be shooting every day and to be out in the field all day. And like, you can't be lazy or you can't like not do your job. Like, it's not like an office job or something like that.
Right.
Everyone has to be working their hardest to actually make it happen, to actually complete the project.
Right. And I found that film crews, production crews are like the hardest working people, or they're in that category of the hardest working people. I mean, like if you're on a set with a great crew, like everyone is upping their game. Like,
Yeah, right.
you
It
know,
really makes
you
it.
got a
Yeah.
great gaffer. You got, from PAs to gaffers to grips to the director to, operators,
Yep.
whatever. Like, when you're on a set where it's everyone's, and I haven't been on many sets where that's not the case. Frankly, I mean, it can happen, but
I think I've been on quite a few sets.
I guess, yeah,
People, I mean, people can be jaded from the long days and
Sure.
years of not moving forward, moving out, or whatever the case may
I
be.
think it's the big thing is the long days, and if you're just the type of person who can't handle that, like they don't last long in the industry. Like
that's true.
like they'll quickly leave because it's not worth it to them. Like if you can't handle stress and you turn into like a monster, or you get a bad attitude after 5 hours of working in the sun or outside or like what be it, like it's not for you because you just can't.
And working weekends.
Yeah, just working
yeah.
weekends and last minute notice, overnights. Yeah.
It is a type of person. And I'm not throwing shade on the 9 to 5 Monday through Friday person. Right. Those people are important. I envy those people. They have to do my taxes.
Right. Like I wish I was that type of person.
know what?
Like
Yeah.
life would just be so much easier.
Would it?
I think so.
Well,
if I wanted to do that.
But also, oftentimes they don't like what they're doing.
Right.
That's the difference. Like,
Yeah.
like they don't find the joy in what they're doing. That's why at 4:59 p.m. on Friday, they're done. Like they won't respond to your email until Monday.
Yeah.
So
there's something nice to have about that.
Yeah.
So, like I find myself like having to pull myself away. I mean, obviously there's like stressful days where I'm like, fuck this shit. Like what am I done? Like I could be like have a lot more money or like not be suffering right now. But then I get back to the highs and I'm like, I'm not a 9 to 5 guy.
Right. This is why I do it. Yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, right.
well, no, I feel like Sam and I have this conversation all the time. It's like the pros and cons of it. And like you've always said, like you're not like that at all. Like you just can't stand it when you like, work other jobs. And
I mean, I worked a bunch of different real jobs my entire life. I always just hated it. And I was afraid because I was working at a like a cloud computing company, like helping people with their emails. And it was a great job. It was the best job I've ever had, but I still hated it. Working 9 to 5. And I got terrified because I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do then. If this is the best job I've ever had and I still hate it, like,
right.
What am I going to do with my life? And then I ended up falling into this industry and it was perfect.
Because he out of college, like Sam always wanted to make movies, and he did work on like 1 or 2 films.
Yeah. I worked on
he left.
V8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then like it was like 7 years later that you.
Right. Yeah. I PA'd out of college for free, driving like 3 hours away just to work on films. And it was a lot of fun, but there was no pay.
Right.
It was with Texas indie films, especially if you're young, then I'm not going to give you anything. I think I got paid $75.
Yeah.
For like a week or something.
Right. Yeah.
They gave you nothing. Yeah. They gave me lunch. That was That's
what is. Yeah. No faster way to destroy your film is to not provide lunch.
Right. Exactly.
No matter what.
Right. Exactly. But yeah, and then I quit. And I was like, I just need something that pays.
Yeah.
And so I just started getting real jobs. I was a bartender. I was a beer merchandiser. I worked at the cloud computing company. I cleaned grease exhaust systems in kitchens. I was a janitor at the college that I went to, which was sad, but it was fine, Yeah. And then it just, I ended up coming back.
That must have been kind of a trip.
Yeah, it was crazy.
You're like, you were at that college, then you were fucking janitor at the college and cleaning the shit,
Yeah, exactly. Taking out the trash of all my peers,
Yeah.
Who were doing great.
Some of them you knew.
Yeah, some of them I knew. I was working in the art.
I will say, Sam was accepted into NYU for grad school.
Right, I couldn't afford it.
It wasn't just like,
But it was.
I'm just gonna be a janitor.
And they wouldn't. I couldn't afford it.
Right.
And I already had student loans from
from the
from the undergrad, so I couldn't take out anymore. You know, so I was like, oh.
That's crazy, and that's like such an like, you know, if you have the merit to get into graduate school NYU, that was what, like Tisch or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tisch.
I mean, it's crazy that someone you know, who can get there can't go, has to become a janitor as undergrad.
Right. Yeah.
Like that I feel like it encapsulates so much that's broken in our education system.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe
I mean,
out of turn.
but then again, like it's not the sad story because I could have, you know, I could have just made a movie on my own. That's what you should do. I mean, you made this on your own.
Yeah.
You didn't ask.
So like a waste of money to, you know, go to school.
Yeah, it could be like just to
Like,
make a movie.
Obviously, like NYU could make a difference because it's such an amazing program or whatever, and influential people or everything. But like, you know, you just never know. Stan, when he was at UT, tried his hardest to get into the RTO program, and he couldn't.
Yeah.
I was in the RTO program, and like now, like we're in the same boat. I'm in a smaller boat than him, actually. Oh, but however the saying, whatever I can construe that saying.
Right.
But like, yeah. So it's like education when it comes to like this type of stuff.
There's no like path that's guaranteed.
No,
is the lesson.
Yeah.
Like if you do this, it's not guaranteed that this will happen.
Right. And so I think the lesson is just do what you want to do.
Yeah.
Just do the things that you want to do.
For sure.
Like you don't have to, you know, people say this all the time, like ask permission to do things. Yeah. Fine.